incredible the capacity of the bass line you can cover here. And then, of course, here we have a rondeña tuning stuff. This much deepness, right? Because one of the effects of the 6-string guitar, let's say, if you will, is the lack of deepness in the basses. That's why, although it became much more popular than piano, of course, because it's easy to carry, you can play so many styles, rock, heavy metal, flamenco, neat, and anything you want. Guitar as an instrument became much more popular than piano because, well, you know, now there are these electronic gadgets, but it was difficult to carry. Anyway, the thing is that the bass range that it can be covered with the piano cannot be covered with the guitar. This was a disadvantage, which have to be there, sometimes substituted by having a bass player on the band and things like that. But the range of reach there is important in the registro. And this is one amazing fact. For the first time in Spain, made a guitar with this action, with this kind of action, and 7 strings, because it is a revolutionary thing. In fact, this is the first one. It's a unique model. I'm tempted now to, because of the suggestion of AG, to just pass the tip to Mr. Jean Feys, because he is a great knower of guitars and a great lover of instruments like this. And this is such an amazing guitar, which is to be explored. And it just offers you so much territory to explore new chords and that. Think about it's 1 string more from 6. So 18% fast, wider. We have range there until B on the low. On the low B, and is settled in a way in which I am playing just because we have, you know, in classical guitar, generally there is this contraction here from 6 to 1st, and then wide here, and you find almost every guitar, all the 10% of them, the first string like this, close to that, so that it can go easily, can go out of, or this, you know, the 6th. Like you can see from here that I still have space there to press, and because here, as Paco said, what we use here is wide and here narrow, the opposite than in classic. Well, and this time it was accommodated in a way in which I can just play as if I don't have a 7 string. I can play, I feel same exactly here on the left hand. So great advantages there and a very innovative thing. So thank you very much to AG, to you, and to all knowers and people who appreciates guitars and high quality guitars, as seen from Canada, anyone that really loves the instrument and likes the opportunity, the gift which is inside the gift, that is the possibility of what you can do with an instrument like this. possibilities of the basis lines you can do with this thing are amazing. Practically speaking, it's the first time that you don't have limitations towards bass structure, because as you know, the guitar generally used to have a little bit more than 3 scales only, therefore occupy, let's say, if you will, the mid part of the piano. And Andres Segovia, well, he did arbitrarily settle the writing of it in regular musical notation to 1 octave up to what actually corresponds to the central C in the piano, you know. Well, this is the historical details that tells us, well, you know, in the history also, Narciso Yepes did play with the 10-string guitar, that they used to do jokes like the kind of thing that when you sell it, then you have to say, I sell 10-string guitar, 4 almost new. So because there were very few composers who did work for this aspect of the guitar, there were still very few composers. You know, Tárrega and Llobet and these people in Barcelona did a great job. Everybody knows Recuerdos de la Alhambra, remember it's from Tárrega sometimes. Well, you know, La Lágrima, Capricho Árabe, many Spanish music pieces which were made especially for guitar. But apart from that, yeah, there was a big lack of composers dedicated to nylon string guitar. And therefore, you know, we have to, in AE, there is also this thing here that we have to fight for an ideal and to be able to share something which otherwise will disappear. Because if you see the competition we have with electric guitar people, right? There are so many great players in electric guitar, and it's an instrument that has evolved so much, years light from what it has evolved. Nylon string guitar, it's the time to do something about it. And because of the door that Paco offers and opens wide to us, to this experimentation, is all this thing. Because, yeah, I don't know about 10, but this 7-string one is fantastic. You can harmonize things as you want, and it's really consistent, as a piano is. An amazing fact about the 7-string guitar, you know, Paco de Lucia recorded with Rafael Ravelo an album, and some pieces there in Brazil, and you know, just like Pat Metheny, Paco was also influenced by Brazilian players, greatest of whom, and I thank for that my friend Castuda das Custodio, because of he making me know closer, and Celso as well, who plays also this music. Brazilian players generally are very rich harmonically in it, so Paco wanted to take revolutionary step towards there, and then therefore this is reflected, influenced over the tientos, which actually were about to be the theme of Cositas Buenas, in which the cigala Thanks one lyric there. Tientos. And Paco had the 6th string on B, which is the additional string here. We have the 7th string. An amazing thing here happening now in Spain. Check it out, the beauty of this head stock and how it is made of 3 pieces of different wood, from Lebanon cedar to this kind of rosewood here, and then it has Wittner pegs, which couldn't be missing because are fantastic pegs. And of course, this is a very special setting, and this is the first guitar made in Spain for flamenco with 7 strings. So it's such an interesting topic because, you know, Paco, he was a revolutionary man, and as well, his adaptation to this thing was playing with the 6th string on B. And this, because with Ravelo, he explored many different things, and of course, he stayed at his place, Ravelo's place in Brazil, for weeks or God knows how much. And then they played together, etc. So recorded, and I'm sure Paco was very much touched because he said it to me also. This partly of this thing, because actually he started with the 6th B business back in the 78 in his great work, one of the greatest things ever recorded with nylon string guitar ever. I mean the Paco de Lucia interprets Manuel de Falla album, which is highly revolutionary. It was the first time that the drums, for instance, are only one. Well, the first of 2 times that Paco used drum set with guitar, because he was very particular about how the nylon string guitar will combine in an arrangement with drumming, and was not. I believe he was not knowing the great people that is out there playing, you know, from the 5-piece band, which in Korea this is Nicola Yuta and who knows who. But the thing that Paco's opinion was that the drums does not combine well with it. But in that album he started, and he did a pretty good job over some variations of the Manuel de Falla work. This is extremely interesting because Manuel de Falla, first of all, is the most important classic Spanish composer ever, and second, because his main influence of Paco de Lucia. He said it, that he gets healed by listening to his music, and that he always meditates on Manuel de Falla when he composes. So therefore, it is extremely interesting, all this related to the fact that the guitar is a small orchestra, and it has all of its parts with the cello including on it, with the brass, right? Brass kind of things. reason why this is very, very special guitar, very special innovation is because 7-string guitars, there existed before, but not with this action, with a reduced fretboard, with the setting of flamenco, and with the possibility of playing with flamenco style, you know, because classic guitars there, in Brazil there are good classical guitars, but very hard to play, and you know, they said 5 minutes in car from here to here. So this is the first time in the history of Spanish guitar making that this is made here. So it's a great opportunity for those who like to explore it. Really recommend it, and of course, it's new to me also, as it is to you, because you know Paco is related to the B bass string a lot in many albums, Cositas Buenas, and in many things. But this is very interesting for everyone, arrangers, composers, and for every guitar collectors, what to speak. So it's an important thing. And this is the moment that we congratulate AG for this fantastic year of innovation and great models, and keep looking forward because it's coming more. Thank you, and I see you next time.